Hello and welcome back to Pet Food Forum TV. I'm joined by Kristopher Figge now, Senior Technical Sales and Service Manager at AFB International. And you say you go by Chris, is that
Yes.
right? Welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why is your study on kibble diameter and its effects so important?
I think it's important because most people think, whether urban legend, urban myth, that small dogs prefer small kibble. And based on the data that we had in the research, that's not the case. And I actually have to give credit to my wife's little dog, a little miniature dachshund, who prompted a lot of the research.
What's her name?
Ella.
Ella, okay, thank you, Ella.
Yeah, and she, I fed her on accident one time a large breed kibble to a small dog, and she loved it.
Really?
So that started.
And that's the impetus. That was the impetus for the
Yes,
study.
that started the whole scientific experiment.
My next question was why study kibble diameter and palatability? Is that why, or surely there's deeper reasoning behind that?
So it's a great question, and a lot of the big companies, it's intellectual property for them, so they don't share that type of information. It's good information to share to the industry. AFB, we don't make dog food, we make palatability enhancers for the cat and the dog food, but we have the equipment and the resources to give that data and present that data, so the small pet food guys that maybe don't have a large research and development group, that's data that they can take and use right away. It's not expensive by simply modifying some equipment. It's really an easy switch as a possible way to make that next palatability jump.
So what were some of your findings, and were any of the findings surprising to you?
Very surprising. So we did find that the small dogs actually preferred the large kibble. Even the little small dogs, and of course the big dogs liked it too. But not only did we find just the kibble size, we also found there's an important other component called starch gelatinization, or cook, that may actually be also an important factor along with the kibble size, the diameter of the kibble.
And so to what extent is the size of the kibble important for palatability as opposed to what you're using for palatability?
Well, so we did see that the size of the kibble is important in palatability. Now, ingredients are also very important in palatability as it relates to the stability of the fats, the oils, the type of palatability enhancer that's used. Palatability is such a huge topic. We're just diving into little bits and pieces at a time.
Or big bits and pieces in this case.
Or big bits and pieces at a time.
Right. So how do you hope the industry receives your findings, and what do you expect will come of this?
I hope that the folks that don't have the large research and development groups will take this, run with it themselves. There is a hill to climb with the marketing folks, because the pet owners have been conditioned to think, well, small dog, it's got to be small kibble. So there's some work on the marketing side, but from the product development, research and development side, this gives them a foundation, a baseline for them to start and take it to the next level and hopefully improve their dog or cat food.
So, and beyond this, what trends have you noticed in pet food that might drive future research and development studies like yours?
Clean label ingredients, seeing how the clean label ingredients affect palatability. Non-GMO, not necessarily an impact on palatability, but non-GMO is extremely important. And then some of the other aspects that we're looking at is the behavior, measuring palatability in different ways. In the old days, it was always 2 bowls. Now there's different ways to measure palatability, because at the end of the day, when you buy a bag of food for your cat or dog, you want your cat or dog to enjoy that food. That's what you as the owner want to provide to that animal. And we're looking at other ways to see how can we measure true animal enjoyment so that you feel happy that you're feeding your cat or your dog something that they like and enjoy.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the findings of your study with the whole industry and here with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
All right, and we will be back with more right here on Pet Food Forum TV.